Aloha guys, you're watching JRTV Hawaii in search of new ideas, a great marriage, and world peace. And I'm presenting 10 ideas making work more enjoyable. Starting off with, when you get started to work, you want to be wearing the right clothing, have the right clothing ready, and little incentives to wake up and everything, so that nothing's rushed and there's no pressure. And even if people don't label you as a professional, you can label yourself as a professional. So, like, you're a professional, and you can, point two is you can label yourself your own authority, your own, like, boss. Like, all right, let's schedule myself out to do such work, such and such work, and I'm planning to have you as my worker. So you're kind of like, it's the difference between working for another company and like being an independent contractor, like saying, okay, this is the job I'm gonna do, it's under my quote unquote business auspices, or LLC. Another issue is being distracted by interesting people or work that seems useful, but it's really not. And so by useful, I mean, like, is something useful? Is it useful to you, money-wise? Is it useful to the community you live? Is it, something that you yourself would purchase? Questions to ask to help sharpen your point at which you can decide whether you're actually able to enjoy your work. Like, or is it does the company have values consistent with yours? And if not, point three is just a simple air of professionalism. It's a wanting to be professional, wanting to treat people professionally, not get into their personal lives. Want to just do a good service for them. Like, even if the work, you don't like the work or you don't think it's important, you can still do it well, because you're doing something that somebody else really wants you to do, and they're paying you to do to be compensated, so you can have money and you can do what you want to do. So yeah, it's just this way of being professional and not trying to get into people's personal lives, question what they want to do or like to do. Just focus on the product and service. And that brings me to point three, is that there's this idea of offering a good product or service, offering something that it's like a quality, and it just kind of builds you up with a habit that allows you to. It's all about, life is about habits, right? So it's the habit of working well and precisely, and ultimately you can apply it elsewhere, but just use whatever current environment you're in to sharpen your mind. There's the Karate Kid reference of waxing the car over and over, and it's just this practice that it allows you to be just get into whatever it may be. Yeah, so another point is to just get yourself in the mood to work. Like, I don't want to other people to do things for free for me. I don't, I want to earn my living. I want to, I want to create my life. Like, don't want free money, don't want, free, jewelry or whatever like, even if it's not so obvious what you spend your money on, like you spend it on furniture or a vacation, that nobody else knows about. Don't want that to be made under, want it to be a defining moment or trophy and a result of the work that you do. So that's just a way to really realize that, oh yeah, I do want to work. And point 5 is, there's this, what happens is there's this kind of experience of when people, they just something clicks where they're able to do their work well, and they're able to just get the job done, and then that allows you to really like what you're doing, feel good about it. Let's see what's going on up here. And that's where I want you guys to be, in the fucking zone. And there is a zone when you just before work, often people dread work, but right when they start and they get into it, they actually notice they really enjoy it. So, and part of the other issue is, just because work is interesting and you enjoy it doesn't mean that it should be done, because it may not have the necessary meaning attached to it, and it may be a distraction. The work and the money and the expenditures may all be a distraction from your goal to what is your goal? Well, your goal could be to some creative work, which if you waste other time on it, it'll just interfere with that goal. Like, sometimes it's just an assumption that, a societal, cultural understanding that, oh well, this is work. This is work that I do. Let's check out the view for a moment, guys. Let's see how it looks over here. But sometimes there's this presuming that no, my lights aren't on. Fuck. All right. That oh, if you have money or you earn money and you spend it, then everything's good. But it's not good. It's not necessarily good, because you may need that. You may need that money to. You may need your time. You may need that time, and you don't need to be spending the money and all of that. So continuing on, just even if it's a profession that you don't really like, just try to get into it. Try to do some research, study online, see what people do, compliment people, in the field, and thank people for the products they make for you, be it movies, be it other products you consume, the services. And another thing is, to be able to enjoy your work also has to do with getting into buying the right tools. Is like point 7. Buying the right tools, like getting excited about the stuff. And this is kind of the transition to adulthood, where instead of buying just toys for entertainment, you buy tools, and you buy certain things you can get into and have fun with. But remember to buy the right tools. Sometimes people will buy tools that is just, they're not needed, they're not necessary. So buy the right stuff, And another part of work is actually the consumption of the actual product. Would you buy the product or service that you are providing? And so consider, like think about that for a second. Think about the idea of, well, what are you, what are you trying to do? Like what type of services do you value? And what do and what exactly is the service? What value is it? Like, look online to see what approximates or estimate values, comparable values of the products and services. Like, and when you buy something or when you sell something, be clear with the person what exactly you're selling. Here's an example. If you buy like a life coaching session for a month, determine what the person's going to do for you. Determine if there is a refund. Maybe there should be a refund if the person used your services and they didn't work for you after like a month after you applied the services. So really, think about all these things. Don't make rush purchases. Base them off of logic, and make them dependent upon what goals you actually want to achieve. Like, for example, sometimes I'll do random things like try to advertise for something, but it may not be the most efficient way, or I may not be looking to get everyone's attention, but maybe just need the attention of 10 people or something, 10 clients, and so all things considered, when you get into that and you get into the details of how to work and how to do it well, and then start transitioning into your own being self